Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another week of focusing on prayer. I was thinking about the movie that came out in about 2015 called The War Room. Have you seen it? If you haven't, I just encourage you to make a date with yourself or your family and just watch that movie. It is so powerful. And even if you have seen it, let's just do a redo of it because that that movie just captured the power of prayer so much. It's about the Johnsons, and this husband and wife started having problems in their marriage. And the woman Elizabeth met a client named Miss Clara, an African American prayer warrior who taught her how to go into her closet and make that a secret war room to meet with God and to wrestle and fight for her marriage on her knees. You know, that movie comes straight out of scripture. In Matthew 6, verse 6, Jesus said, "When you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." And that is such a wonderful promise that God, who sees in secret, will be with us and reward us. That God who is unseen, and isn't that such a hard thing for us sometimes, that we struggle to pray because we can't see God, and we're throwing our prayers into the unknown. But here it says when we do that, even though God is unseen, he sees us and he answers our prayers. And he will reward us when we come to him in the secret place. Now, I have to confess that my secret place is not very secret. In fact, this is it, my chair in the living room. But this is the place where I come to meet God every day, where I know that before other things take priority, I need to meet with God. Now, I also meet with God on the run. But the truth is that often that's just sort of shooting prayers. That's not communion where we both are talking and meeting together, where I leave space for God to also speak back to me. Now, the reality is that I sometimes struggle with a wandering mind. But in the secret place, if you have a specific place where you can actually meet with God and pray to him, you can make that space as creative as you want and let it be as helpful as you want. In fact, I have a little shelf right in front of me, and on it is this massive big rock, and that's what I call my Ebenezer rock. It's the place where I remember how God has helped me in the past and how he will help me in the future. So whenever I'm anxious, I actually just glance up at that rock and I start praising and thanking God for the things that he has done in my life and for the places where he has come through. And that just builds my faith when I face something that is daunting for me in the future. I also have a cross, and when I look up at that, it says, "Be still and know that I am God." And you know, in this world of turmoil, that place of silence is not easy to get to. But when we come in our secret place, we don't often have to just fight and battle and break down the doors of heaven. God is right there with us. And he's accessible. And he says, "Be still, my child. I am here. Be still and know that I am God." And that is a message for each one of us. So I just want to encourage you to think about it today. If you don't have your own secret space, to make one and to fill it with art and craft or mementos or scripture verses or prayers that you just put on the wall, things that will help you pray and make that space real for you. Prayer doesn't have to be boring. Prayer can be full of adventure and memories of how God has come through for us in the past and how he will do it again in the future. So may God bless you as you do that today. I hope that this was helpful. Goodbye.